Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Expand Your Reach, Impact More Lives, and Get Your Message Out to a wider audience. And I gotta tell you, I am fired up because today we are gonna talk about the number one thing that can help you get your message out to a wider audience and really be able to get more paying clients in the process. Because for a lot of people come to me and they're like, boy, you know what, Brian? I've been trying to get my message out to a wider audience. I've been trying to get beyond my local network of friends and families and contact and things like that, but it's overwhelming. I'm not sure where to start. It feels confusing. I've done a number of different things. It hasn't worked out. I've spent money on programs, maybe you have as well, and it's just like, where do I start? How do I actually make this happen? And I'm here to tell you, as a coach since 2001, it absolutely doesn't have to be hard like that, all right? As a matter of fact, imagine a reality where you're able to get your message out seamlessly and effortlessly to a group of people who are open to working with you. So instead of having to chase people and convince people, you're talking and building an audience of would-be paying clients who actually are able to work with you, like I said, and hire you as a coach. Or imagine a reality where you are effortlessly publishing on social media or building a Facebook group, and you have a process for turning that into actual bottom line revenue. Now, as I said earlier, we talked about the number one thing that you can do to be able to help get yourself out to a wider audience, and it is very simple. You ready? It is your story. What? Your story? Your story. Unpack that. All right. So when you talk about being able to get your message out to a wider audience, and we talk about differentiating yourself from the crowd, people want to be able to work with people that they know, like, and trust. You know this. Your story as a coach is so, so important. Well, Brian, I thought it was about my credentials. Sometimes. Brian, I thought it was about my, PhD and MBA and XYZ. Sometimes. Most of the time, people want to be able to know who you are and what you're all about. That's why having a crystal clear marketing message is so important. But once we talk about your story and the idea of that, how important it is, people ask me, they're like, oh, well, how do I get this story out? Well, that's very easy. You get this story out through a few ways. Number one is through video, okay? Like myself, we go hiking pretty much all the time. Right now I'm here in Carver's Creek, and as you can see behind me, right? You can see behind me, it's a really nice area. So I will actually, as a part of my story, is this idea of being outdoors and hiking and doing some of the things like that. So what's your story? You can put that into your video. People know that I'm a sports fan. That's something that's a part of my story. Again, what's yours? A second way that you can do it is actually by the content that you put out, like on social. So the video is one thing, then the other content you put out on social, like for me, my girlfriend and I, we are all about the plant-based diet, okay? So I will actually post different, not recipes, she actually has recipes in her group. I will post the pictures of the actual, like we had some, lentils and kidney beans for our tacos maybe about a week or two ago. I'll post that. We had shrimp and pasta actually last night. I don't think I took a picture of that, but I would normally post something like that. So people can get a chance to know me and who it is that I'm all about. Those are just a couple of ways that right off the bat you can do that. A third way, and this is a little bit more traditional, but you can, if you actually write articles, or maybe if you have some podcasts, you can tell different stories a little bit about who you are in your life. When people hear, oh, well, you got to tell your story, they think that it's this deep, dark secret. You don't have to get into your deep, dark secrets of what you did in high school and how you got pulled over in college. No, you don't need to get into all of that. But what you do need to do is let people know, for a case in my example, let people know that you have a dog or two. Let people know that you're, married or dating somebody. Let people know that you like sports. Let people know that you are outdoorsy. That's what people will latch onto. That's what will make people more confident and willing to work with you. And that, friends and neighbors, it's what's going to help you expand your message out to a wider audience. Now, if you want to be able to touch base or be able to, push back or whatever the case may be, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to like, share, or comment right below. I personally handle all the comments myself, so if you have something you want to say, I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.